Welcome back, everyone, to the Casual Talk podcast. Obviously, I'm Check the Rock, and I'm here with my boy Imanol Preser, Mastermind Hoops.
I'll let you know.
So, new scenery. I'm in my dorm room for the next couple months. So, be prepared for the new change of scenery. Swag, I got some artwork up and all of that, some posters. And it's hot as shit in here. So, if you hear a fan in the background, I'm sorry, but or I'm gonna die in here of literally a heat stroke. It's fucking awful.
I'm still in my house. My room.
So, of course, it happened to us again. Recorded with the pod on Wednesday, and then major NBA news drops. Donovan Mitchell was traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers for Ochai Agbaji, Colin Sexton, Laurie Marketing, and what was it, like 5 first round? A couple.
I think it's 3 unprotected, 2 swaps.
Yep. Which is insane. So I'm gonna give it up to you. Who won this trade?
I think the Cavs get their offense to another level. I think their offense was lacking that go-to scorer. 2 seconds left on the clock, who takes a shot. I think Garland wasn't there yet. I do think their guard position becomes very small. And although Garland is not a bad defender, Mitchell is a bad defender. So the guard play is going to be very interesting on that side of the floor. Granted, it does help having Evan Mobley and Jared Allen there on the court. That does help a lot defensively.
Yeah.
But offensively, that this team becomes a new team offensively. I just said that again. But yeah, another dimension they can get to. They finally have a go-to scorer, an ISO scorer, someone that if you're in trouble, you give the ball to, they bail you out. It's going to be very interesting to see him run pick and rolls with Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. I know that he has a history of not passing to Gobert, but I do think that's because Gobert can't catch a ball. I think he'll pass a lot more to Jared Allen or to Evan Mobley. I do think this offense looks a lot better. I think the Cavs could finish top 3 in the East, if I'm being honest with you, if it's healthy.
So I disagree. I don't see the Cavs being better than the Bucks, the Nets, the Sixers, the Heat, and this may surprise you. I'm going with the Chicago Bulls. I have the Cavs finishing 6th, even with this trade happening. I think Utah won this trade by a mile. Because okay, so they add a scorer to the roster. But where's the defense? So, but you brought up Mobley and Jared Allen in the paint. But what about the perimeter?
Mobley can get out of the perimeter. They also have Isaac Okoro and Lamar Stevens, who can also defend outside.
Yeah, but no.
Yes. Also, you forget that their backup guards are Ricky Rubio and Caris LeVert.
Okay, Ricky Rubio tore his ACL, I believe. So we gotta see what happens with that.
We just need him to be a playmaker. That's all he needs to be.
But I'm talking about the defensive side of the ball. That's my only issue. I think their offense is gonna be absolutely phenomenal, especially with Garland and
we're acting like they traded away players that are playing last year outside of Larry Marketing. But Larry Marketing isn't exactly a defender.
No.
Their defense last year was top 3 at its peak, and they didn't trade. And Sexton wasn't playing last year.
Mm-hmm.
Laurie Marketing didn't add to the defensive side of the ball, and Ochai didn't play for them last year.
Yeah, so this is the reason why I think the Jazz won this trade.
Oh no, the Jazz got exactly what they wanted. Yeah. Draft capital up the ass everywhere.
But I think the Jazz messed up though. And here's why. So reports in July are that the Knicks offered RJ Barrett, Obi Toppin, Mitchell Robinson, and 3 unprotected first-round picks. The Jazz sold. They sold. They got the replacement for Gobert, and they got okay, I shouldn't say Donovan Mitchell and RJ Barrett, 2 completely different players. But you're still getting RJ Barrett back, who is now developing into an even better player. And I think he's going to be a great player. So I think the Jazz sold on that part.
At the end of the day, teams like this that are selling are looking for the most picks possible.
Yeah, but you get 2 young players.
You're looking for the most picks possible. That's how a trade like this needs to be dealt with. The more the picks, the better. 5 picks, 3 unprotected. Granted, the Cavs have a team that can make it deep into the playoffs. We're not saying they are going to. We're not saying that. We're just saying that they can. So you expect these picks to be on the lower end of the first round, but they accumulate at the end of the day. They also have how many young people, like super young, to develop. I mean, they got what's the one from Minnesota? I forgot his name.
They got Jared Vanderbilt,
Not
Walker
him.
Kessler.
Walker Kessler. They got Walker Kessler. They got Ochi, and we forget that they have Colin Sexton, who was literally Donovan Mitchell, the Walmart version, and he can play defense.
Exactly. That's another reason why I don't like this trade. I think Colin Sexton is a better fit on this
Colin
roster.
Sexton is on the Utah roster or the
on the Cavs. I think it'd be a better fit just for the defensive side purpose.
I think you want a player that's more far along with their scoring, and that would be Donovan Mitchell.
But he was balling. Colin Sexton.
I'm not saying he wasn't. Colin Sexton is nasty. And trust me when I tell you that he's gonna be an empty stats god for fantasy this year.
Yeah, sleeper. Colin Sexton.
It's not even a sleeper. Wake up.
So let's go to the Jazz side of this. So in both the Gobert and Mitchell trade, they got back Colin Sexton, Malik Beasley, Leangelo Balmero, I think that's how you say it. Ochai Agbaji, 14th pick. Walker Kessler, 22nd pick. Jared Vanderbilt, Laurie Marketing. And then they ended up getting Patrick Beverly, which they ended up flipping for THT and Stanley Johnson. 7 first and 3 first pick swaps. You can't do it any better than that.
You can't. And the thing is, they still have more moves to make. They can still trade Conley. They can still trade Bogdanovich.
Clarkson.
They can trade a lot still.
Dude.
I expect them to flip them for as much draft capital as possible.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably one of the best ways to start a rebuild possible because you got an abundance of picks now. If you can build up the next 2 years a roster, that's nice. And then a disgruntled star is wanting to leave, you have a plethora of picks to offer to help that young core.
I think it's kind of sad how we have both the Jazz and the Thunder tanking like this.
Oh, and the Spurs.
And the Spurs. Well, they're not in the same division though. I'm talking about like division wise, but like conference wise too. Yeah. The West is going down. The East is coming back up. The East used to be the weak point of the league.
You can't say that when the West still has the Clippers, the Warriors, the Nuggets, the Mavs, the Suns. The Lakers will be the Lakers as long as they have LeBron.
Patrick Beverly, baby. Let's get it.
Like, the West is still stacked.
Okay, we can't forget about Anthony Davis, though. That's a little bit of disrespect, but still.
I'm just saying, as long as LeBron is LeBron, they're gonna be contenders in that sense. Like, players are gonna want to play with LeBron.
Yeah.
Also, the Timberwolves are on the rise. The Pelicans are on the rise. Like, the West is still stacked.
That is true. But I think the East,
Grizzlies, I forgot you mentioned the Grizzlies.
I still think the East is coming. It's coming.
I think the East is more packed.
Yes.
In the sense from the top from top to bottom. I think the Pistons, the Pistons and the Magic were the worst 2 teams in the East last year, have made major improvements this summer. Not saying they're going to be playoff teams this year or anything like that. I don't expect the Pistons to make the playoffs this early in the rebuild, but they definitely improved.
So let's move on to a player that you brought up to me. Was it last night or this morning? It was one or the other. So Giannis Antetokounmpo, please, and you specifically asked me for time for you to speak your mind. So go right ahead, speak your mind on Giannis.
All right. I've been very critical on the LeBron slander throughout my whole life. I feel like I've never seen a player get scrutinized the way LeBron has ever been scrutinized. I think LeBron has done so much for basketball, and he's under such a microscope at all times. Giannis Antetokounmpo might top that. I'm not even gonna lie to you. The man has done nothing, and I've seen nothing but slander throughout my timeline, throughout YouTube, throughout the media for the last 2 weeks. Look, he's not a knowledgeable hooper. There's no basketball. He can't do this. He can't do that. Like Gilbert Arenas is way more credible than me. But when I hear him talk about Giannis, it boils my blood. Like, he's saying that this man doesn't know basketball. Giannis, okay. The other day, I saw somebody rant that Brook Lopez is a better playmaker than Giannis Antetokounmpo. Like, the amount of slander that Giannis gets, who's arguably the best player in basketball right now, he dropped, what was it, 45 yesterday?
Yeah, it was something like that.
In
But
Green?
Luka knocked him out though, so I don't matter.
Yeah, Luka's a baller too. Luka's a baller too.
Dude,
like-
this is the thing I don't understand. Luka balls the shit up when he plays for Slovenia, bro. Where is this like?
Luka is destined for greatness. Like, he will be in the LeBron, Jordan, Kobe tier at some point in his career. If he stays healthy, of course.
He needs a couple championships. That's the
Well,
issue.
yeah, we're talking about in time. We're not talking about right now. We're not talking about right now. Relax. He has to prove it. But yeah. But the Giannis thing is, it's just really making me mad. Like, this is a player who his weakness is probably his jump shot. Fair. But he's improved on that. He became a 40% mid-range jump shooter. He can shoot the post fade now. He actually looks good. His three-point shot, his mechanics improved. He's not a dead-eye three-point shooter. He's not Steph Curry with the shot boy, but he's improving on that front. He's arguably the best defender in the NBA right now. He can defend the perimeter. He can defend the paint. He can defend your best player. He can defend off ball. He can defend on ball. However you want to play him. He's arguably the best defender. The most complete defender. We'll go with that. The most complete defender. His playmaking is so underrated. He can create easily 6-7 assists a game. And not just petty pick and roll, easy pass assists. No. He actually creates for other players. He's one of the best rebounders in the league. And we can joke it all around, run and dunk man. You're not stopping that.
Bam can.
Bam is the exception. Bam might actually be
Kawhi.
the best defender.
Kawhi.
We saw Kawhi do it in 2019. Can he do it now?
Yeah.
Giannis has gotten a lot better since then.
Yeah, I think Kawhi.
Giannis has gotten a lot better. Kawhi has been injured. His ACL. His ACL can it work?
I don't know.
I do believe Kawhi. I do believe in Kawhi. Don't get me wrong.
It's still Kawhi Leonard. We're talking about a 2-time defensive player of the year.
Agreed. And Kawhi is so nasty. But Giannis has improved a lot since then.
Yeah.
It's questionable. I do want to see that finals matchup. I want to see the Clippers Bucks finals matchup.
Okay.
That's the matchup I'm hoping for.
We can go over finals predictions when the season starts coming closer.
Yeah. I'm just saying I want to see that.
But with you bringing up Giannis, I love Eric Reed to death. But that highlight of him saying, "Oh, combo woo for 3." That cracks me up every time.
It's Eric, my guy. So respect Eric Reed. He just.
But no, so like I totally agree with what you're saying but we also got to understand this is social media. It's gonna happen. Every player is gonna get slandered for.
I'm not mad at him getting slander. I'm mad at the type of slander he's getting.
I think LeBron's slander will never be beaten.
LeBron has been under such a microscope since he was 18. Like,
nothing will be worse.
The expectations this man has had, and he's lived up to them. It's crazy.
He's lived up to the hype.
Like, you can say whatever you want. Oh, he didn't win 6 rings like Jordan. My guy made 10 finals. He dominated the league for 2 decades.
Oh, it's gonna be 2 this year.
3 technically. The 2000s.
Oh,
the
yeah.
2010s.
Yeah.
And he won the ring in 2020.
That's
3
true.
decades.
It's
He
crazy.
dominated the NBA.
It's crazy.
Yeah. We're never going to see anything like LeBron again.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I don't. Well, according to LeBron, bro, he plans on playing for another 4 years because he wants to team up with Bryce James, bro.
Listen, the all-time points.
It's
never
getting
gonna be top.
broken.
It's never going to be top. No, I'm saying once LeBron tops it, it's never going to be top.
It's
if he plays the extra 4 years.
There's only one player I think that can top it. Can you take a random guess?
Victor Wembanyama.
No, I think it would be Luka.
I don't think Luka do it.
I mean, dude,
Luka is nice. No. Luka is nice.
Yeah.
He will be. I think he could get to top 10 all time in the points.
Yeah.
The thing is, we're talking about having to consistently average 27 for multiple decades.
Yeah, it's
that
crazy.
Stretch it's just hard to imagine someone doing it.
Yeah, I don't see it. Because what, Kareem broke it in what, the 80s, I think, something like that.
Kareem has an insane career as well, and he has the longevity of Kareem was crazy.
So let's think about this. Kareem broke the record. Let's just say, I believe it was in the 80s. I mean, I'll have to fact check that, but think about this. The 80s to now 2022, 23 season.
That's how long it took to break it.
That's 40 years for almost someone to break the record.
And
So,
think about all the players we saw at that time.
so is it going to be another 40 years or what's going to happen? We don't know. I mean, who knows? All
Like I
these,
said,
yeah,
you
dude.
need to top LeBron in scoring for decades.
Yeah. So, who do you think would break the record? If
I don't think
anyone in the league right now,
I don't think they're in the NBA right now. I just don't. I don't expect Luka to be a player that has the longevity LeBron does. Granted, this is me talking out of my ass right now. Who's to say Luka doesn't play into his 40s?
so I just fact checked myself. April 5th, 1984. So it's 38 years since the record's been broken. And it's about to happen. It's
It's gonna
crazy.
take another season, I think.
No. It's happening this year. It's going down.
How many points is LeBron by? Short by?
Um, Probably like 3,000, something like that.
It's possible that I can stretch to another season. It's possible.
Yeah, I mean, I think LeBron is underrated in, I guess to say, of scoring because everyone sees him more as a passer than. So okay, so backtrack myself. LeBron's 1,325
Oh,
points away. It's
oh, he might.
happening this year.
Yeah, he's happening. He's breaking this.
It's happening this year.
He's gonna break it this year.
And I hope, you know where I hope it happens? It's gonna happen at Staples, and he's gonna hit the shot
Crypto.com.
over Kawhi. Over Kawhi.
Crypto.com.
Crypto, yes, crypto.com.
No, you know
No
what?
one calls this crypto.com, bro.
You know what? I hope it happens in United Center in Chicago.
Oh, and Jordan, I hope no.
Nah, Jordan wouldn't be there.
It's gonna happen in Charlotte
That'd be so.
in front
Oh,
of Jordan, bro.
that'd be so anticlimactic to happen in Charlotte.
It's gonna happen in Charlotte. It's either gonna happen in Charlotte or Chicago. I'm
I
calling
would
it.
love for it to happen in
I
Chicago.
don't know how the season is spread out for the Lakers. I haven't went into it.
Another good shot would be if he breaks it in Cleveland.
That would be cool. I think LeBron's gonna retire in Cleveland. I think
No, 100%,
it's the
1000%.
only fair way for him to do it. I already think LeBron's the GOAT, but him becoming number one all time in points secures the record.
It's gonna be hard to top LeBron's legacy. I mean, I'm pretty sure people in the '90s said the same thing about Jordan, that there was never to be another Jordan. We'll never see something like that again.
Yeah.
And then LeBron came along, and I'm sure we're gonna do the same thing. There's never gonna be another LeBron. And
No.
something's gonna come. Something's gonna come.
So tomorrow, what's tomorrow?
Thursday.
Okay, what happens on
means-
what happens
that
on
means-
Thursday?
Da, 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 da.
NFL season's back. It's our first, well, starting this Sunday, every Sunday, football until February. We love it. Love to see it. So let's just quickly run down this list of all the all the week one games and predictions. Who's gonna win? Who's gonna lose? So tomorrow night we got the Bills at the Rams ring ceremony. I got the Bills coming in town and beating the Rams.
For selfish reasons, I'm gonna go the Rams.
And this is so the Rams lost Von Miller, OBJ's out. I mean,
OBJ, they replaced OBJ with Allen Robinson. So.
yeah, that's true. But I think Von Miller is a big and a sleeper loss for the Rams. I don't think people give this man a lot of credit. Andrew Whitworth at left tackle, I think that's a huge loss.
Yeah, but I think the Rams are still the Rams at the other day.
Yeah.
In LA, ring ceremony. Not saying that the Bills are slackers. The Bills probably have the best roster up and down.
Yeah.
I just think the Rams can take week one.
Mm-hmm.
And the Bills will obviously go on their stretch after that.
Okay, so we got the Saints at the Falcons. I think we both know who we're gonna pick.
Yeah,
Jameis Winston, the Saints, easy.
easy pick.
Big game though. Next, Baker versus Cleveland.
I would say the Browns if their quarterback wasn't Jacoby Brissett,
You
but
mean
as a
Deshaun
Dolphins,
Watson? You mean Deshaun Watson?
if their quarterback wasn't Jacoby Brissett,
Oh, it wasn't. Okay, my bad. Sorry.
because Jacoby Brissett would be the one starting.
Yeah.
The thing is, I've seen Jacoby Brissett play last year as a Dolphins fan, painfully. He's not good. It's not good. Granted, it might have been Brian Flores' system. Who knows? It was bad. It was hard to watch.
So I'm saying Panthers for one reason only. Fantasy football. I got McCaffrey and I got DJ Moore. So
I think the
That's
Panthers
good.
defense can get the stops. I do think so.
okay. So we got Trey Lance's, I guess, first full season start against the Bears. I got the Niners. That
Niners.
game's not going to be even close.
The Bears' offensive line is so bad, and the Niners' defense is still stacked,
And
especially in the front seven.
And so when I was on TikTok, I was just like, you already know I follow a whole bunch of sports creators and all that. I'm shouting you out, Connor Burns, bro. You are a joke to the NFL. Saying the Bears are going to beat the Niners, bro. Come on. Dude, no. Just stop it. So, Steelers at Bengals. Obviously, the Bengals are going to win.
It's hard to predict what the Steelers look like because they have such nice things and then such bad things. Quarterback being the quarterback.
Trubisky starting
Trubisky
week 1.
is starting. That's not good.
Yeah.
Okay, fantasy football. Keep an eye out for George Pickens. Heads up. But I think the Bengals probably have a better roster. I think the Bengals will probably early in the season go good, but it's also possible that they go through a Super Bowl hangover.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't see it. I think the offense is too legit to go through that.
I mean, they got better in offensive line position.
Mhm.
And that was their biggest weakness last year. I think if Joe Burrow has more time, it will get more dangerous. I think Chase takes a step back, not because he wasn't that good. I think he is that guy. It's just I think defenses will zone in on him a lot more. And the Bengals have T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd, who can easily take over games.
Yeah. Well, hopefully Jamar doesn't fall off
I
that
don't think
much
he's gonna
this
fall
year.
off a cliff. I just think he's gonna take a step back.
Not that much. Not that much.
I
Because
just think he
fantasy
takes a
football.
step back. Yeah.
Fantasy football. Okay, so let's speed run the rest of these games unless something big comes up. Eagles at Lions, first game,
Eagles.
the Lions sold out in the last how many years? So Eagles are gonna win that.
Lions have an
Colts.
interesting team. Eagles though.
Colts at Texans, Colts. Dolphins at Patriots, Dolphins. Ravens at Jets, Ravens. Jags at Commanders, Jaguars.
I'm gonna go Commanders, not lie.
Okay. Do you want to put a little bit of
I'm not betting my life on Carson Wentz. I'm sorry. I'm not betting on Carson Wentz.
or as I do in Undisputed, a case of Diet Dew on it.
I'm not betting anything on Carson Wentz.
Okay. Giants at Titans.
Titans.
Yeah, okay, agreed. Chiefs at Cardinals, Chiefs.
That's actually a really good game.
Chiefs.
I don't know because I don't trust the Chiefs defense, and Kyler Murray is liable to go off against that defense.
No DeAndre Hopkins though.
Doesn't matter. He has Marquise Brown. He has AJ Green. He has Rondell Moore. He has options. I also trust the Cardinals defense way more than the Chiefs defense. Granted, Pat Mahomes will go off.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Cardinals might take that.
Okay. This is gonna be a good game. Raiders at Chargers.
I think that game kind of decides where the Raiders are as a team.
I want to hear your prediction first on this because
It's tough. It's really tough. I will go Chargers. I think they're fueled by revenge of missing the playoffs last year. 1, to the Raiders. 2, I think the defense has gotten a lot better. Granted, no JC Jackson, so we're still not going to see what the full defense looks like. But now it's Khalil Mack and Joe Bosa on both sides.
I got the Raiders.
That's bold.
I'm sticking with Devontae Adams. They got Darren Waller. I mean,
Oh, no. The Raiders are a good team. The Raiders are a good team.
So my Packers at the Vikings.
Packers.
Give me Aaron Rodgers, bro. I'm sick of seeing all these Vikings fans thinking they got the division. No, they don't. You're still gonna find a way to choke.
Their defense
Stop it.
is regressed a little bit.
Zadarius Smith coming out and saying, "Oh, like they treated me poorly year 3." Yeah, because you were hurt all of year 3 and you could have came back. Stop it. Okay. Sunday night football. Buccaneers at the Cowboys.
I think I'd like to apologize for what I said last video where I said the Cowboys have a good offensive line. Right after that happened, injury happened, and now the Cowboys have no offensive line. So there goes that.
And you just drafted Prescott in both of our fantasy leagues that we're in and CD Lamb.
I ain't worried about Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott's a good quarterback, especially in fantasy.
I got Brady. Buccaneers.
No, Bucks are winning that. Bucks are probably gonna win that. I mean, the Bucks also have no O-line though.
And then last game, Monday Night Football, is Broncos at Seahawks. I got the Broncos. Easy pick.
Broncos country.
Let's ride.
That's right.
Okay, so I'm gonna keep track of this, and I'm going to write all these down after editing, and we're gonna see who had
we can play a game.
and we're gonna see who has a better week predictions throughout the season.
All right.
So put comments down below in the YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter about who you think is gonna have a better seasonal record. So obviously now it's time for the question of the day. So since NFL is kicking off tomorrow, or you'll probably see this on Thursday, so today, who do you think had the best week 1 performance out of the NFL?
All right. I already know which one you're gonna say, so I'm not gonna go with the obvious one. You can have that one.
Okay.
There's a couple that come to mind though. I think obviously as a Dolphins fan, Dan Marino in '94, 473 yards, 5 touchdowns. Will always have a place in my heart, including the game-winning drive.
Mm-hmm.
Suck it, New England. I know. 6 rings.
Let's be honest, no one likes the Patriots during that time. Like literally.
No.
The only people that like the Patriots are the people from Boston, and we all know Boston fans are haters for no reason.
Here's a really underrated one. Aquan Bolden, his first ever game, 217 received. Excuse me. 200.
217 receiving yards. I got
receiving yards as a rookie.
Okay.
I got a funky one for you. Jerome Bettis. 5 carries, 1 yard, 3 touchdowns.
Okay, I'm guessing it's probably a whole bunch of rushing yards lost, except for at the goal line.
That's
great too. Imagine having on your fantasy team at that time.
Hey man, 3 touchdowns is 3 touchdowns.
So
and I think I'll go another one, Emmitt Smith in '95. 163 yards, 4 TDs against the Giants. And we'll go one defense. Derek Thomas against the Raiders in '98, where he had 6 sacks in 1 game.
Okay. So you obviously said mine was pretty obvious. So 2013 week 1, the Broncos versus the Ravens when Peyton Manning threw 7 touchdown passes, bro. Come on. The Broncos won 49-27. And he tossed 4 different touchdowns to either Julius Thomas, Demarius Thomas, Wes Welker,
Eric
so
Decker.
all 3 of them caught at least 2. And then the 7th one was to Andre Caldwell, was the one who caught the 7th one.
Damn, Eric Decker didn't get a touchdown?
No. So at this time, Peyton Manning is the first quarterback to throw 7 touchdown passes in a contest since Joe Kapp, who played for the Vikings in 1969, and that was against the Baltimore Colts. And then Manning ended up finishing 27 for 42 for 462 passing yards, no interceptions.
There's a couple Baltimore has a really interesting history when it comes to historical games.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think there's any way anyone could top that. I mean, maybe Josh Allen or someone this tomorrow or technically today when you see this has a better performance than that, but I don't see it. I don't see that being broken in a long
It's
time.
hard. It's hard to top 7 touchdowns.
Wasn't that the year the what year was that when Peyton was on the Broncos? I'm trying to remember. Was that his second?
2013. I think I
Yes,
was, yeah, it was second because the
second
first
year.
year was when they lost to the Ravens in the playoffs.
Yeah.
The
And I'm
famous
pretty sure this
Ja'Cory
year
Harris catch.
and then this year they made the Super Bowl.
No.
Or was it the
Yeah,
year
yeah,
after?
yeah,
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 it
yeah.
was this year,
They
and then
made the
they
Super Bowl, but they
lost
lost. Yeah, I was thinking the year they
to
won.
yeah, and then who did they lose to the year after? They lost to the Patriots, I think. And then they ended up beating the Panthers for
And
Peyton's Super
Peyton,
Bowl 50
farewell.
farewell game, which is Cam Newton
Oh,
choked that. Let's just be honest about that. Just standing there, just like, oh, the ball's on the floor on the field, and I'm just gonna, oh, I'm not gonna dive on. I'm not gonna dive on it. Like, come on. I mean, I think that's been a meme for a long time, but like, come on.
that was the best of us.
But yeah, dude, I think it's the best time of the year is coming. Football is back. Got none of that preseason drama because no one likes preseason.
Hey, I just want to point out, I think it's safe to say now, we've survived the training camp preseason period with minimal injuries.
Yeah,
That's a great sign. Granted, I
Alan
can't
was
speak for what happens in the season, but we
yeah,
survived this period with minimal injuries.
Alan Lazar's out too now. He
There's a
didn't
couple.
practice
There's a couple
today.
injuries. There's a couple injuries, of course. I feel bad for that, but minimal injuries at the end of the day.
Yeah, no, I think best time of the season is coming around. Football is starting back up. NBA training camp is starting back up. Basketball is starting in a month. 2K is coming out. I mean, this is for a sports fan. This is the best time of the year. This August, September, and October. And the MLB playoffs are coming up too, man. So got another what a month of regular season or something
And
like that.
this year there's a World Cup.
Yeah, that too. So from my first podcast in my dorm for the next year, from Check the Rock to my boy Imanol President Mastermind Hoops, we're signing off, and we'll catch you all in the next one. Take care, everyone.
See you, Space Cowboy.
Don't forget to follow us on TikTok.